Hi, it's Joey from Beyonwiz. People often ask me, how do I change a hard drive, or how do I add a hard drive to a bare bones unit? So today we're going to use the U4. I'm going to walk you through how to as quick as I can, put a hard drive in the U4. So what we need is, in your U4 little accessories pack, come the 4 HDD screws. Hard drive size of your choice must be a 2.5-inch drive. This is a 4TB one I'm using here, so you can see it's thicker than a normal drive. That's fine. There'll still be plenty of clearance on top, so you can use a bigger one. And a Phillips head screwdriver. That's it. I'm going to cheat and use an electric one, but you can just use a normal hand one as well. So the very first thing you're going to do once you unpack your U4, I like to put it onto the packing that it come with, because it slides around the desk nice and easily. Just to make so when you sort of rotate it, it can easily move. First thing we're going to do is take out the 5 case screws. So there's one on each side, located here, and there's 3 across the back, located here, here, and here. So I'll whip those out. Okay, so we've got our 5 screws. We're going to take a few screws out here, just to try not to mix them up. Just keep them sort of the 5 screws for the back, keep them where they're supposed to be, etc. To get the lid off, simply sort of press your fingers across the back and slide that back and lift off. That's simple. It's a bit harder to put on back on, which I'll show you in a minute. So this is a hard drive caddy. As you can see there, this is where your hard drive is going to go. This is the SATA cable, and the U4, it's already in the box pre-installed. So you've just got to pop it in. So what we need to do now is we need to take this caddy out, so we can fit the hard drive. All the fittings for this, the 2.5-inch drives, come from the bottom, so we need to take this out first of all. So in this, you'll see that there are actually just 3 screws that we need to remove to take this out. There's 2 in the front, here and here, and there's 1 in the rear. So I'll whip those out now. It helps in this if you've got a magnetic head, Phillips head driver, because you can just lift the screws out like so. Again, don't mix them up, because these are a bit different to the other screws, so just put them in another spot. So now we've got this out, what we're going to do is fit the hard drive in it. Make sure that the connections for the hard drive go to the back of the unit, or to the single attachment point end of the unit. So you basically just pop that in there. Yep. And it's got a little stopper here as well, which you need to press against. So you can see there that the screws will line up, and this is where you want to grab your small screws, which are here. And these go to the 4 attachment points on the bottom of the drive in each corner here. I can't really see what I'm doing here, so I'm off camera, I apologise. And the last one. Okay, so that's all attached there. What we want to do now is put it back in place. So just pull that sort of cable out of the way, the SATA cable. You can see there, just so you get a sort of nice view, and just sort of press this front panel button cable out of the way too, so you're not interfering with that. And just line them up over the holes. And use the screws that we used for that cradle just to put it back in. Okay, that's done. So these are attached. This is already attached, as I said, come pre-attached. So you just want to make sure that they're obviously still attached at those 2 points since you've got it open. So you've got the SATA part of the cable and the power part of the cable goes here. And then your the SATA part will push into the hard drive. It can only fit one way. So you'll see it's sort of got a T sort of section. So the cable should be pointing up when you put it in. But if you just sort of fiddle and slot it into place there and just press it in until it clicks in firmly. And then with this, you sort of just want to fold it around so it fits nice under the lid when it goes back in, like so. Okay, that's it. So that's the hard drive connected. So all we need to do now is put the lid back on. As I said, it's a bit more fiddly to go back on, but you basically just go in reverse. So you put it over the of where it came out, and then just sort of press it in. There we go. And then we want to reattach your case screws. You can hear that clicking. I've just got a torque set to this electronic screwdriver so it doesn't over tighten. So that's 3 across the back, and just 2 at the side. If I can find my screws, go and walk about. Found them. So sorry about that. Missing screws, but there they are. Good way to tell that you haven't left anything in the case is just to give it a bit of a tip. If there's a screw floating around, you'll definitely feel it going around. That wasn't the case. I was just hiding behind the tripod of this. This is my phone. And that's it. So that's now got a bare bones. I've turned into a 4TB unit myself, so you can purchase the bare bones and you can upgrade whatever hard drive size you want. These are 12 volt units, so it's got an external power supply, so once disconnected you've got no chance of any sort of electrical shock or anything like that. So that's one important thing obviously to remember, is to have no power and no other devices connected to it when you're doing this. Take it to a nice light spot like a kitchen bench or something like that, and just take your time. No need to rush it. I mean, I went through a bit quick for this video, but just take your time, make sure everything's nice and in place, and you won't have any problems at all. Okay, and what will happen too is when you start this unit up for the first time after you've added a new hard drive, the firmware will detect that the hard drive hasn't been formatted correctly, and it'll prompt you on the screen to format the hard drive. That'll only take 20 seconds or so, and that hard drive will be formatted, ready to be used. Alright, thank you for watching.